All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Watch Well podcast. I'm here with the one and only Chocolate Knox.
Hey.
Thanks for sitting down with me, man.
Brother, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want to make sure you see me.
Yeah.
This is great.
And I thought it was cool because, like, if you rotate and you're talking to different people, the mic follows you, bro.
You know what? I'm still in this idea.
Yeah,
Just so
go
you know,
for it, man.
I'm totally going to do that.
Awesome. I got some rapid-fire questions for you real quick.
Okay.
And they're real easy, so don't sweat.
All
right? Are you an action movie guy or
Yes.
a drama guy?
I already answered that one.
Yeah, you got that one. All right.
I know.
So far, that's the fastest answer. You've got the record.
We call it APFA.
Okay.
Action packed full of adventure.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
That's me, APFA, all day long.
All right. Superheroes or historical epics?
Yes.
Copy that. Classics or new releases?
Yes.
Popcorn or candy?
Yes.
Pretzel bites or nachos?
No.
No. Hard pass on the
On
pretzel
both of
bites?
them.
On the, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Soundtrack or visuals?
Yes.
CGI, all of it, the music, all of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't pick one, right?
No.
Got to take it all?
No. It's like saying digital film or regular film. Like,
okay, I got you. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, this one's a little bit more difficult. What movie character most represents you and why?
Oh, that's tough. I've never, this is a really interesting question, and I'm going to tell you why. I think everybody has a character that they want to be, but then there's always a character who they really are.
I agree.
Okay?
Yeah,
so
I agree.
everybody wants to be Iron Man, but they're really the Hulk. Now, and what I mean by that is, like, they're afraid and they don't want to come out all the time, and then they eventually have to come out, so they have to put on all the body armor.
That's right.
To force themselves to come out even when they don't want to come out because they're afraid. So I think there's always two people who you think you are, right, and who you know you are. There's the one person that you really don't want anybody to know who you are, and there's a guy you see that you're like, I aspire to be like that, right?
Right.
And so
That's really good.
I think there's two. Whoever the hero is, that's who I always want to be. Like, I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy in the movie left me, but it's Mel Gibson who goes
Braveheart, Patriot.
No, is he done? Okay, I was gonna say don't end yet, Doug. No, Mel Gibson in not Shawshank, the guy who was a pacifist who went and saved all the guys without a gun and brought them down off the side of the cliff.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah. I want to be him.
Yeah.
Right. That's who I want to be. I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy who in Terminator, where he goes and he like saves the kid and then he goes and dies.
Right.
I want to be the guy who says, I'm going to lay my life down for you. That's what a hero does, right?
Yeah, that's what they do.
But I don't think that most people are there, because the way that you get there is by laying your life down constantly for somebody else and somewhere else in life.
Okay.
You're always a sacrificial person. You're always thinking about somebody else. You're always going out of your way to say, I'm concerned and love you, and I'm laying my life. This is a sacrifice for me all the time. And so then when you look at yourself and how you live versus seeing the hero, you're like, I don't act like the hero in any of these other small things. Why would I think I would be the hero in the big thing?
That's good, man.
Right?
That's good.
And so part of the thing that helped me think through this is like carrying my gun with me.
Yeah.
So when you conceal carry, you're always ready to use your gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then if you ever forget your gun, the thought that goes in your head is like, oh man, I can't defend myself. That's the wrong thought. The wrong thought is, I can't be as effective as I would be if I had my gun. Right. And I think that reveals that we're not living the type of lifestyle that we're ready to lay down our lives, even if we don't have the proper weapon. This fly is all over.
It is. It's been annoying. It's been around all day.
Yeah.
And I know. I only have a little bit more of your time.
No, you're good.
I want to ask you another question, because what you said is a good point. There's multiple different ways to defend yourself, and I think the effectiveness is a really good way, because if you don't have your gun, there's still martial arts, there's jiu-jitsu, there's strength and health and being in shape.
Sure.
Mental awareness. You know, you get to be aware.
That's number one.
Yeah, number one.
Awareness.
And before all of that, theology.
Absolutely.
And you have to have a good foundation in your theology.
Actually, that's number one.
You didn't know I was going there, but that's okay.
Yeah,
You're right.
that was already presupposed.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
right. That's right. And you bring up presupposed. So to give you a little background, the Watch Well podcast, we want to watch movies well, and we want to reject the passive consumption of entertainment.
Yeah, that's good.
And we want to use that as a stepping stone to offer the gospel to those that we watch movies with.
Yeah.
So often with TikTok and all these platforms, we want, it's just mindless brain rot.
Yep.
That is just this content that we're consuming, and our position is
it's just amusement.
It is. It's just vanity.
Yep, amusing ourselves to death.
And we want to prove. We set out to prove that you must know Christ to understand story. Fully.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of our podcast.
Well, I would even say that, I think that's true. I think that Christians should have the best understanding of story. But one of the things that's also interesting is the way that God has made the world is that he made a particular way. The world is round. So even people, because it is God's world, even people who are not necessarily Christians can really have a good understanding of story, but not know why it's that way. Right. So we have really good storytellers who are pagans, right? But they don't know why that they tell stories so well.
They can't justify it.
It's just like an atheist who happens to be someone who's a good person. They can actually do things that are humanly good to others, right? They actually say we want to do good jobs, make sure things are, but they can't justify why that's important or why they should.
Like you ask,
ought to it.
That's right. You ask, well, why do you like the love scenes? Not love scenes as in immodesty or anything like that, but why do we love?
Yeah.
Why do we want justice or seek justice? So their heart will appeal to those things on screen, but they won't apply that to their own worldview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we review movies and that's what we do. The podcast started as an idea because if you go to the theater with your friends, ultimately when you end the movie, you talk about it and it degradates into a conversation about worldview, morals, objective, subjective.
Always.
And
I don't think it was right that he did this.
Right. Why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right, man. I know you got to go. I want to be
let's keep
respectfully.
going. You just look over my shoulder and let me know when
he's still going. He's still going up there. I hope I can get him over here sometime.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know Doug's favorite movie.
Yeah. What
is your favorite movie?
That's a good question. I was just thinking about that. It's funny. I love Tombstone.
Do you?
I love Tombstone. Also, Silverado.
Okay.
So cowboy movies. Cowboy movies to me were like the first movies, action packed, full of adventure. They were the Marvel comic universe for me growing up. That was what cowboy movies were. So when they were coming out, like that's my stuff, right?
So I'm gonna drop one on you, okay? So Tombstone, we actually did a review with Greg Moore on Tombstone, and one of the things that we took away was Curly Bill.
Yeah.
Right? Awful guy.
Yep.
Evil, right? And the question was, how bad do people who make movies, how bad do they have to make you hate the villain in order for you to want them to get what they deserve? And then how often do we see that and be like, man, I want justice for that person. Like I want him to die or whatever the justice looks like in that situation. But then how often do we look at ourselves that way? In Tombstone, we're Curly Bill standing before a holy and righteous God, right?
Yeah.
And we deserve wrath.
Yeah. It's always interesting too. Like, so sometimes in the film we got Curly Bill, but to me, what's more interesting, I think that's a huge point. But I'm watching all the people around that Curly Bill was able to punk. And I always tell my boys, don't be like that guy.
Yeah, the whole wolves and sheep.
Don't be that guy over there.
Right.
Curly Bill is a problem, but those men are worse than Curly Bill.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Don't you forget that.
That's right.
Because they let that Curly Bill, that kind of reality, that kind of serpent, that kind of snake to rule the garden.
That's right.
Right. So you can't, and it doesn't matter if you have the ability to stop Curly Bill. You do need to have that ability. But one thing that needs to be said is you won't let Curly Bill come in here and do this, even if you don't have the ability to stop him.
That's right.
We don't have the ability to stop the federal government. People don't understand that. Part of the thing with COVID when it happened, we don't have the ability to go and just take all their stuff.
Right.
If they wanted to really, if there was a real war they want to take, they have fighter jets.
Yeah.
They have helicopters.
Unlimited resources.
Right? And still, our position is you will not. You're like the ocean. This is your limits. You cannot go thus far.
And some battles need to be fought, even though they may not be won.
Well, because righteousness says what's right and what's wrong, regardless. There is no will we win this or won't we? No, this is right and this is wrong, and I'm going to stand on the right side and tell you can't do this.
That's right.
And what you want to do usually, like I always say this, you want to be like Shadrach, Meshach, and the bad Negro, right? You want to be like them when you say, okay, listen, even if our God doesn't deliver us from you, O King, we will not bow down. That's the guys that you want to be, so that Curly Bill can't run around here and punk everybody.
That's right.
Because usually what that does is the reason nobody else is really standing up is because there's no one courage. Once you get somebody with some courage that stands up, other people say, yeah, you know what, he's right. Yes, it's actually contagious. Right. But one of them is going to be contagious. There's no neutrality. Either the contagion of fear or the contagion of boldness and fearlessness,
That's right?
So you only get one of those.
Yeah, and then one more point, and then I'll let you go because I don't know if he's wrapping up. But if they had a grounding in an objective truth, they wouldn't have been able to be manipulated by Curly
That's
Bill.
exactly right.
So that's why it's so important for us as believers to be in Scripture and continue to prepare, so that if we rely on the revelation of God, then we'll be able to separate out the true from the false.
Yeah.
And then we won't be led astray ultimately.
And that's what you want to teach your kids. This is what truth is.
Fear and admonition of the Lord. Yeah.
That's why you got to be in Proverbs every day.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Do it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. It's been a blast. Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Pleasure, brother.
All right, guys. We'll check you later.
Nice setup.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
This is what you need. Everything moves around with you. I'm just sitting here.
That was awesome. I appreciate it.
Just playing in your seats.
I really do like your seat.